Hi people, my name is Ariel, I'm a technical artist slash game developer, and this video is about a tool I developed for Unreal Engine called Selection Reviewer. If you want to go to a specific part of the video, you can just click on the timestamps below, otherwise just watch this whole video. So what is Selection Reviewer and why you might want to use it? So this tool, I developed it because sometimes I have to review a bunch of things on a level, right? Like let's say that I have some performance issue and I just want to do like a quick check on all the lights that I've been working on. Or maybe I'm working on a team and I just want to see if the assets that some people place are properly set up. It's kind of difficult to keep track of the ones you already reviewed and the ones you haven't reviewed yet. And yes, you can filter out objects, and for example, I'm filtering out the demo model here. But let's say that I'm selecting this one and all of a sudden I click here and now I lost track of which one it was, right? So imagine now having 50 of these assets, so it becomes kind of difficult. So I created this tool. It's kind of like a virtual clipboard, and you can add any actor that you have on your scene to this list, and you can just iterate through all of them. So I'm gonna start by showing you how to enable the plugin. You can just go to Edit, Plugins, and you can search for, let me just tuck this here, for Selection Reviewer. You have to install the plugin first from the Fab Marketplace, and then it will show up here, and you can just enable that. You might need to restart your engine. So let's say that I want to replace, these are just skeletal meshes, so I'm just going to replace them with this BP cannon, because maybe I had a level designer place them on the level because he wanted to have a cannon here, but now we have the complete blueprint and we can just replace it with this. So replace, perfect. So now we have a bunch of blueprints on our scene, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna store every selected object to my selection. You see we added 8 objects to our clipboard or store selection, so I can just go all over them. So let's say that I want to make this one a grande cannon. So this one is a super powerful cannon that will make 200 points of damage, and I'm also gonna use the opportunity to change the radius, and you know what, I'm also gonna change the light color. It's gonna be kind of greenish. Okay, so now I can go to the next one, and this one I also want it to be super powerful, so it's gonna be a venti and it's gonna make 400 points of damage. I also want to modify the radius, and I also want to change the light color here, so this one's gonna be kind of pinkish. So I think you can already understand what I'm doing here, and basically you can just iterate through all of these objects. So now let's say that I selected all of these objects, but I noticed that maybe I'll need to check on this asset later on, so I'm just gonna add it here. And if I iterate through all the actors that I have on my selection, I'm also gonna see this. So let's say that I wanna select every object I have stored in my clipboard. I can just press this button. So this is gonna select everything. And now let's say that I wanna clear that out. Now I don't have anything selected. So that's how it works. The only thing that you could change besides just using the buttons is that we have this small checkbox here, and if I disable that, I'm just gonna store every object again, you're gonna notice that I can iterate through all the actors, but it's not gonna focus on them. If I enable this, it's gonna focus on them, which is pretty nifty if you want to do that. Yeah, that's kind of it. So what I like to do generally is like I like to do like a complete walkthrough of my level and just select every object that I want to add to this selection or that I might want to review, because I don't know, that smells fishy, like maybe I need to check it out. I just add it to my selection, and then I iterate through all of my actors, and I know for sure that I modify what I want to modify. So we do have some settings for this plugin. So if you're using Windows, I think you have to go to editor settings. If you're using Mac, you go to Unreal Preferences. So I'm gonna scroll down, and on the plugins section, you can see that we have selection reviewer. So we do have a couple of options here, and I'm just gonna quickly show them to you. And also I'm gonna dock this here because I wanna be able to keep focus on this. So like I said, like I don't know how you're gonna be using this tool. To me, this is the nicest way that I can place it. Like I like it there, but maybe you want it aligned to the top. You can do that, or maybe you wanna dock it at the bottom of the outline. Let me just resize this and place it at the bottom. Maybe you want it aligned to the right, and let's say that maybe you don't like the pretty icons I made. You can also use just text labels if you want to use that. It's up to you. Also, since I made it so that they basically reorganize themselves, you can just collapse this, and maybe you want to use it like so. Again, it's up to you. It's kind of messy with the text labels. I really prefer the icons, but it's up to you how do you want to use it. Like I said, I like to place it on the left side of my outliner. I like to condense it like so. I like to make the alignment center and bottom. And if I'm feeling fancy, I also like to hide the tab. So yeah, that's kind of it about the settings. But we also have shortcuts. So, oh, sorry, I forgot to mention this one. Basically, this just changes the default value of this checkbox. So if you're always going to be using focus on selected, you can enable this or disable it. It's up to you. But if we go to keyboard shortcuts and we search for selection reviewer, we also have a bunch of shortcuts that we can use. So for example, I can just select all of these and I can press Ctrl+Shift+A, and now I have all my actors stored inside my clipboard or selection, right? Without even pressing the buttons. I can also press Ctrl+Shift+F, and it's gonna iterate through all the actors and it's gonna focus on them. And if I don't want to focus on them, I can press Ctrl+Shift+X and Z, and it's gonna move forwards and backwards. And this is pretty nifty. Like, you can set it up however you want, and you can even, like, I can show the tab here and I can just close it, and the shortcuts are gonna work anyways. So yeah, I spent a lot of time developing the UI, but you can just use shortcuts. It's up to you, really. So yeah, that's kind of it about the tool. I'm also gonna link to a Discord server I'm running where you can post any issues that you're having with the plugin, or if you want to see something cool added to the plugin too. Like, I'm super open to suggestions. So thanks for watching this video and take care. See ya.